Family, what?
Hey y'all, what's that? Rubber band, I'm gonna need this. It's a good rubber band too. All right, what's up y'all? Happy Mother's Day, y'all. It's Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, to all the pregnant mommies, to all the angel mommies, to all the single mommies, to all the married mommies, to all the mommies, just mommies and mommies and mommies, period, poo. Happy Mother's Day. It's our day, okay? And I hope by the time y'all see this video, it's not gonna be Mother's Day. So happy belated Mother's Day. It's still the month of May. And if you ain't do nothing for yourself, or if you still, treat yourself. And don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Don't second guess it. Don't second guess it, because at the end of the day, in order for you to be your best self, you have to feed into yourself. So if you don't feed into yourself, how you gonna feed into your kids? Or just other people? Like, you gotta feed into yourself. So if you got like $5, get what you need to get. And then if you got $1 to your name, girl, go to Dollar Tree. Get you something for $1.25. Anyways, I just wanted to come make this video because it's Mother's Day. So by it being Mother's Day, y'all know I got Crohn's disease. And so I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, and I'm going to actually this is going to be the first trimester. So I'm going to do 3 parts. It's going to be first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. So this is the first trimester. And what I experienced while I was pregnant with Crohn's disease as a person who have Crohn's disease and carrying a child. So if you have Crohn's disease, or if you know somebody that has Crohn's disease that feel like it's not possible to get pregnant or carry kids, it's definitely possible. And that's like a stigma people put over people with Crohn's. Like, we can't have kids. Like, don't get me wrong, it is hard to have kids. Like, some people do have trouble having kids. Not saying that is not the case, but in some cases it's like a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is, like a 50-50. So you have 50% that has a hard time conceiving, and then you have the other 50% that just is able to conceive. So the ones who's not able to conceive, don't feel bad. It's other options out here like IVF and stuff like that. You can still be a part of the mommy crew. Do not beat yourself up. It's okay. Because for so long, I thought I couldn't have kids, and it like broke my heart. But then I'm like, if this is something that God don't want for me, like if he don't want me to have kids, then it's like nothing that you really can do. It is okay. And I know that's like easier said than done, or easier said, and then to like actually be able to feel how they actually feel, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you are still you know what I'm saying? You still have to live for yourself. So that's it. That's all I want to say. I hope that makes sense. I hope that really made sense. I hope it ain't go over nobody's head or whatever. But yeah, so this video is basically just telling you my experience when I was pregnant with Crohn's disease. Because when I was pregnant with Crohn's disease, I was looking up all on YouTube people with Crohn's disease that's pregnant and stuff, and I seen none. I seen no videos, no blogs, no nothing. I'm like, it was just all like videos of doctors and educational people, like voiceovers and stuff, and I'm just like, where's all the vlogs that people with Crohn's disease and stuff like that that's pregnant? Like, I thought that people would be vlogging stuff like this or talking about stuff like this, but I guess not. So here we are. So when I got pregnant with Crohn's, so basically let me explain what Crohn's is. Crohn's is a irritable, yeah, I can't even say it. IBD, IBS, IBD, okay? basically an irritated bowel disease. Okay, an irritated bowel disease. So like your intestines, your large intestines, your colon, just your whole GI tract. You know what I'm saying? That gets like irritable, and it attacks your body. So when it attack your body, it attack like your joints. It attack, it attack, but it's different for everybody. So my Crohn's, and let's say my best friend got Crohn's. Her Crohn's might not be as severe as mine's, or my Crohn's may not be as severe as hers. You know what I'm saying? So it just varies with the person. And it like attack each person differently, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And so like food wise, it's different. Everybody can eat different things. So my best friend might be able to eat like pasta, you know what I'm saying? Spaghetti. And then me, I might not be able to eat the spaghetti. And then like I might be able to eat ice cream. But on the other hand, she can't eat ice cream or a hamburger. If I can't eat a hamburger, it don't bother my stomach, but it might bother her stomach. And that's just how I go, you know? So it's like, you gotta learn your body. You can't listen to everybody, what they say and how they tell you, because again, you have to know your body. You gotta listen to your body, what your body, your irritated bowel is telling you it don't like, basically. And just, go with it, basically. So, yeah, sum that all up, that's what Crohn's disease is. And so that's why some people have a hard time conceiving, because it's like your uterus and your colon and all of that is like attached. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how that go. When I got pregnant with Jaya, it was around COVID time. And so I had a traumatic event happen to me in my life. And one day I'll talk about that with y'all once I get a little bit more subscribers. Y'all help me share the video with y'all peoples. Something happened real traumatic to me when I was like 16. And it wasn't like no sexual assault or anything like that. But it was very, very, very traumatic. Okay? So my mama had put me in therapy and stuff like that when I was 16, stuff like that. But then when I got older, I stopped going to that therapist because she wasn't an adult therapist. So I had to find a therapist that was as good as my childhood therapist. And that's where a lot of people that go to counseling usually go wrong at, because they don't find a good therapist that actually like help them and help them understand and tell them, hey, you could have did this differently, or, this. Some therapists is just there for the money. And they just there to just listen and not help you for real. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta like scope the scenery out, basically, right? So at this time, I was living with my grandma on my daddy side, and my Crohn's, I would say it wasn't in a bad space. Like I wasn't really having no flare-ups or nothing like that. So I'm sorry, y'all. I had to do a little burp. So yeah, I wasn't like in a bad space with my Crohn's, because I get like an infusion every 8 weeks, or I was getting an infusion that was every 8 weeks. So it's kind of like you go sit down, they give you some medicine through the IV, you gotta sit there every 8 weeks, right? So that was like helping me and my Crohn's stay afloat. So around this time, I was in the process of, finding me a counselor and getting myself back in counseling and stuff like that, to just heal areas, in my life, especially, the traumatic event, that I thought was probably closed, but probably wasn't really closed, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to like scope the scenery out with this new counselor. So they tell me like, oh, you got PTSD. They diagnosed me with PTSD, and then they gave me some medicine. So, like for my what is it called? Antidepressant. They gave me an antidepressant. But when I got the antidepressant, I didn't take it because I was already on another antidepressant and I didn't like how it made me feel. Like, I didn't like it. Just made me feel like I was just like not there, and that's not cool. I don't want to feel like I'm just a zombie. Don't give me no medicine that's gonna make me feel like I'm a zombie and I'm not all the way there, because that's why I don't want the medicine if that's the case. Okay. So I stopped that medicine and ended up going on the medicine that I ended up getting prescribed when I got, you know, another therapist or whatever. So, okay, this doctor, he prescribes me some medicine for the antidepressant, and it started with an M. I don't know what it was called. All I know it was something with an M. But on the pill bottle, it said, don't take in your third trimester. So when I seen that, I heard, literally, y'all, when I seen that and I read that, I heard, go get a pregnancy test. I kid y'all not. And this had to be nobody but God. Because when I went and got that pregnancy test, it was just like, I just felt in my spirit to go get a pregnancy test. And then I heard, go get a pregnancy test. That's like, okay, let me go get a pregnancy test. I knew I've been doing stuff. You know, I knew I was out here, you know, doing stuff. So I just wanted to just make sure, because I read on, okay, don't take it in the third trimester. What do you mean don't take it in the third trimester? I could take it in the first and second trimester, but I can't take it in the third trimester. That makes sense to me. So I go to Family Dollars and I go give me a little dollar pregnancy test. And so I took the pregnancy test and boom. 2 lines, right? So I'm like, let me go get another one. So I go get another one. And so when I go get that one had 2 lines too. So I'm like, okay, let me go get another one. Let me go get a first response, because I know that first response is going to be first response accurate, clear. So I go back. Now, first response, that's $10. I done spent $2 on these $2 pregnancy tests. So far I'm at $12, right? I take both of them. Boom, pregnant. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, I'm finna go to the hospital. I'm finna go to the doctor, see what's what. They could give me a blood test. So I went to the doctors and they did my urine sample and then they did a blood test, and so I'm pregnant. So at that point, I didn't take the medicine at all. Okay, so now I'm pregnant. I know I'm pregnant, and okay, I got Crohn's, right? So now I'm on a hunt to find me a good doctor that's gonna work with me with my Crohn's, and I gotta make sure my GI doctor and my OB is on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So that was like something that I have to think about as well, because you always want a good doctor, a good team behind you, especially if you have a high risk disease or something that could cause it to be high risk, right? So, okay, cool. So here in Michigan, if you know, you live in Michigan, we got a hospital. They didn't change the name to Corewell Health, but it used to be Beaumont. I still call it Beaumont. If you really from Michigan, you go call it Beaumont. But if you move here, new, fresh here, you might call it Corewell. But so, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, no, what was I saying? Okay, so now I'm finding the doctors and stuff like that. My Crohn's or whatever. Like, remember I told y'all I was getting the infusions every 8 weeks. So I stopped taking that too, because I'm like, I don't want no medicine that's not possibly safe to cause anything to, you know, harm my baby or my pregnancy. So I just stopped it all. So I stopped everything, which was kind of like a risky thing. But then again, like, by me having Crohn's, I'm in a Crohn's disease group on Facebook, and a lot of women said when they got pregnant with Crohn's, they went in remission. Totally, body just went in remission. And that's what my body did. When I got pregnant with my baby, my body went straight remission. I had one flare-up in the beginning of my first trimester, like a real one bad flare-up. And I had to take some of my prednisone because I just had to, like, that was a flare-up that probably could have, like, maybe go to the hospital. I was in so much pain. I'm not knowing that maybe it's probably my baby or my stomach hurt, probably my baby or my Crohn's. But I wear it up, like, you know, sometimes prednisone, which is steroids, is not good to take while you're pregnant because it could cause, like, cleft lip or stuff like that. But, I mean, either or, not taking the medicine or taking the medicine, it is all the risk factors. So I just took my prednisone and I just like, you know, relaxed. So that was my only first flare up. And then after that, I didn't take no more prednisone, and I went my rest of my first trimester. I found out I was pregnant when I was like 4 weeks. And so the rest of my first trimester, my second trimester, and half of my third trimester, I got in remission. I started going into a flare when I got near 38 weeks. Like, I was like 37-ish, probably 36 weeks. Maybe 35. I probably was 35. I probably felt it at 35. I can't really remember. But I know for sure at 37 weeks, I knew I was in a flare up. Like, I knew I was flaring up. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let my GI doctor know, like, hey, I'm flaring up and I need to get induced because I don't want nothing to happen to my baby. And he was on board. He was like, okay, yeah, because if you feel like you in a flare up, you know your body, I'm going to let your OBGYN know to go ahead and set you up to get you induced because we don't want you or nothing to happen to the baby. So I was scheduled to be induced at 38 weeks exactly, okay? I got induced with Jaya at 38 weeks exactly. So, yeah, my first trimester, it was cool. Like, my first trimester, I ate everything I wanted to eat. The only time I didn't, like, I probably threw up like maybe twice while I was pregnant. My first trimester, I was more so like sleepy, and that's it, y'all. Like, my first trimester, my pregnancy was like real smooth, for real. Like, it really wasn't bad until I started almost flaring up in my third trimester. And so when that 38 weeks mark came, because that's considered full term, it's the 38 weeks. When that 38 weeks came, baby, my induction date was set and I was there. Okay? We was in there. So, I would say to anybody that's trying to conceive of Crohn's, keep trying. Because at the end of the day, you don't never say you can never get pregnant. Listen, keep trying. And if you just feel like you just don't want to try no more, or you just feel so like defeated, pray. Because God can work out miracles. Let me tell you, God will give you a baby and you'll be like, God, like, you'll be so surprised you'll get pregnant tomorrow. But God move on his own time. So don't take me by saying, oh, pray to God and you'll get tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that God is He hear your prayers, and he's a God of the impossible. He make the impossible possible. So if you feel like it's impossible to get pregnant, baby, call Jesus. Call God. Put God on the line. God will indeed answer your prayers, but it just might not be in your time, you know. So don't feel so defeated. Don't give up, because if you give up, then you would never know if you can get pregnant. But if you've been trying for so long and you already, or the doctors have, you went to the fertility clinic and stuff. Y'all, this is an oil stain, so don't mind that. But if you done went to the fertility clinic and stuff and they told you no, you infertile or whatever, then again, pray, because at the end of the day, God got the last say so. And a doctor can say one thing, but God is the God. God is God, and he is God, that everything will come to pass that you ask for. When you ask God for something, he gonna give it to you. But again, it's just not gonna be on our time. And that's what we gotta learn, how to just be patient and just not give up. Even when it be tough, trust me. I know. For real. But hey, God is good. Okay, that's why I gotta keep telling myself, breathe, don't give up. So yeah, y'all, I mean, that's really how my first trimester, my second trimester, my third trimester been. I mean, like, it really wasn't like too much, nothing bad. But again, like I said, it's different for everybody. So if you have Crohn's, you just gotta understand that your pregnancy might not be as good as mine. Or then again, you might not have to get induced at 38 weeks because you went the whole full term, whole 40 weeks without having to get induced or having a flare up. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it just varies for everybody. And yeah, my next video, I'm going to do my symptoms, of what Crohn's disease was. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all share this video as well, y'all, to anybody that y'all know that got Crohn's disease, or if you got Crohn's disease, or if you know somebody that knows somebody that got Crohn's disease. And this is coming from a black woman, a black female woman. And as black women that carry kids, we have a high risk factor of passing away when we give birth. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not spoke on enough. And by me being a black female woman, well, duh, that's what a woman is. By me being a black woman that carried a kid with Crohn's disease, I just feel like more people, black women, should know about this, because Crohn's disease it wasn't common, but now it's just like it's becoming more common, and a lot more people is finding out that they have Crohn's disease, and they don't really know what it is. So that's what it really is. It's like your GI tract is just attack itself, and then when it attacks itself, then the rest of your body start attacking itself. So now you got your whole body just attacking itself, and it causes so much pain that you just can't describe, and it's all in your stomach. And then it comes to your back, or sometimes your bones hurt, sometimes you can't walk, sometimes your head might hurt, or your eyes might hurt, or something. Crohn's is just be croning, okay? And people are like, girl, you don't look sick. Who? Do you feel what I feel? Because if you don't feel what I feel in my body, people don't tell me that I ain't sick. Anyways, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all share this video, and get more people on the train of knowing what Crohn's disease is, and, you know, Crohn's and colitis. And I'll see y'all in my next video. I hope this video was more... I'm not going to say more educated, because like I said, it ain't a lot of videos like this on YouTube. So I hope this video was educated enough, and I hope I answered some stuff. If y'all got some questions, let me know. Put them in the comments and let me know, and I will answer your questions. Anything you want to know, let me know. All right? All right, and again, y'all, happy Mother's Day. It's our day, so I hope y'all had a good Mother's Day by the time y'all seen this. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. I hope y'all keep y'all feet up. Okay? Love y'all. See y'all in my next video. Bye.